I got tired asking all my friends to do something with me, so I came down here to Sweet G's studio in Brentwood, California, and I'm getting ready to do a cookie decorating class. You got to see this place; it's super cute. Look.
Look at how beautiful it is in here. I mean, she really has it decorated really nicely. She had the Italian soda bar and the charcuterie. And this is Glenda. She owns the studio. She was super nice. This is our setup. Look at everything. I could not get enough of those cups with her logo, but her studio was really cute. It looked like the 60s, like a soda shop. But yeah, she had everything that we needed, and she was showing us here how to mix our icings really thick for when we do our flowers on our cookies. Yeah, it was super fun. This part was really hard because you have to get a very thick consistency. So you was stirring and it felt like your arm was gonna fall off, but it was a great skill to learn. So that's what I'm doing, just adding the sugar to the icing cups that she made for us, and we had to keep stirring and stirring and stirring until we got it like a putty-like consistency. So that was pretty cool. But all the ladies was really nice, and they were very helpful, and I really appreciate it. They come a lot, so these women come often, and they said I was in the advanced class this time. But here we are learning how to flood our cookies. So you have to outline it first, and then you flood it in with the icing. And she already had these bags prepped for us, the ones where we did the flooding. So you didn't learn how to do every single thing, but you learned enough. And look at me, I'm doing really good. You learn the technique a little bit better than what I'm doing, but as I kept doing it throughout the night, I just kept getting better and better and better. And there. Now I'm going to flood the inside with the icing, and that was really easy. And it was cool to see how the cookies actually sit to the side and then they dry. So like those two with the bow and the little like oval rectangular shape one, I had already flooded those, and they were sitting to cool and dry. And we were so focused on what we were doing. It's not even funny. It was like you could hear a pin drop. But that was just like on the first couple of cookies. Then once we started getting into it, we started talking. But at first we was concentrating, let me tell you. I love it. It was so fun. And then you just keep doing that until you fill the cookie in. Look at me, just getting it. I was so proud of myself. And this was a really fun thing to do. I'm trying to get comfortable with doing things myself. Again, it's no shade to any of my friends, but honestly, I'm just tired of begging my local friends to do something with me. And so I just have to get out there and do it myself. And I do a lot of things with my daughter, but she's young, and I'm not trying to monopolize all her time. So you just got to get out there and get comfortable with yourself. Then you shake it to make sure all the icing is even, and then that's like, I can't remember what that little tool was called, but you can kind of like poke it to get it to fill in any little small gaps that you have. And then you're really not supposed to go back, but now that I was getting the hang of it, I was feeling confident. And you want to make sure you always clean all your tools off, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm just being a perfectionist right now. But everybody said for my first time and hanging out with the heavy hitters, I was doing a really great job. So I was really proud of myself for that.
You're like,
look at everybody's working so hard. I'm telling you, so let me just let you know, this class was only $65, and all of these tools and the knowledge and the snacks, that was all included. And it was fun because they would do raffles from time to time, and people would win gifts. I didn't win any that night, but I was happy for everybody who did. And then this is how she kind of teaches. So she's sitting at her desk, and she has the camera shining down on it so we can see the movements that she was making. And she just shows us how it's supposed to be. But she lets you know, like, don't feel pressured if you make your cookie your own. It's okay. Like, she was explaining to us right here that this cutout was really for a lemon cookie where you actually paint lemons on there. but she changed it into something else that she wanted it to be. So that was pretty cool. So she just explained that too. Like, don't get all crazy if your cookie doesn't come out exactly like hers. There's nothing wrong with it. You just make it your own. So I was happy about that.
These little branches here are going to the points. So what I'm going to do is you've got.
And then my camera's shaking a little bit because I was using my Meta glasses.
You're fine.
So every time I turned my head, it was just,
Right here.
you know, doing what Meta glasses do.
Right.
So she was really patient, and she did walk around the room to show us how to do stuff. I was really struggling with the flowers because it was a technique that you had to do, but eventually I got it. And then I was just giving myself grace because it is my first time. So it's like, guess what? You do the best you can.
When you do the icing, the seam still
And then you don't get stressed out about it.
Or it don't
Now,
matter.
that, I can't remember her name, but she was a beast. And she had already taken this class before, so this was her second flower decorating class. But she was really moving and grooving in there. And I like that. I didn't bother her when I asked her questions. I asked her if I was bothering her. She said no. I told her it didn't matter anyway because I was going to continue to bother her. And she thought that was so hilarious and funny. So now I'm just drawing my little lines here. Unfortunately, you can't see it. I'm just trying to go back and reference.
And then these two.
And it doesn't matter if you mess up because when you're doing this layered cookie look, you'll be overlapping it and you won't be able to see
I hope I did that right.
where you messed up, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm like looking back. Did I do it right? Did I do it right? And then I start getting more confident. Look at that. Looking real cute. I started getting in there. Like, you start, like, first you're really tripping, but then you realize it doesn't matter. You're just being creative. Go ahead and be creative. Do what you gotta do. Get it done. And then I start moving. And then I also learned just not to compare yourself because everybody is at different levels. So you don't have to worry if yours is looking different than somebody else's. It's really just about getting in there, having fun, and learning a new skill. That's all it's about. And by the time you bring the cookies home to the people you're about to show your work to, like your family, your husband, your mom, your daughter, they're not gonna know the difference anyway. All they care about is eating them, which is what we've been doing. The cookies are almost gone. They were good. Her cookie batter was really good. It was like a lemony cookie. It was a shortbread, but it had this lemon taste to it. So it was really good. Elise did not 100% like the cookies because she said they taste really sweet. But I think that's because we used a lot of icing to build up the flowers. So you had to flood the cookie, that was icing. Then your decorations, that was icing. And then the cookies were kind of like a layered look. So we'll have to find her a shortbread recipe. If I bake these, I'll find a shortbread recipe that's not so sweet. Because if you use icing, or either I'll have to find an icing that's not so sweet.
Okay, so these are my cookies so far. Look at how pretty they are. That one right there. This is my favorite.
And then these are my cookies. And I was really proud of them. I think I did the best on the bow, but I survived my first cookie decorating class. It definitely will not be my last. I'm so happy I gave this a try. I'm telling you, come down to Sweet G's studio in Brentwood, California on Balfour, and you will have a great time and meet some new friends. All right, I'm out of here. Bye-bye. My cookies are all packaged, and this is my to-go container. I love it.
Because I'm going to add a few. All right. Do we have a box?